Hello, in this tutorial we'll be learning how to make this Christmas wreath. If you want to learn how to make it, then keep watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We'll need a 0.8mm 20 gauge wire. We'll need a 4mm wire to weave, and we'll need some pliers. We're gonna need wire cutters, round nose pliers and chain nose pliers. Okay, so onto the tutorial and a ring mandrel. Okay, so first I'm going to show you how to create the spiral curve. First you'll need some weaving wire. I'm using 0.4mm 24 gauge, and I'm weaving it onto a 0.8mm or 20 gauge wire. Here I'm just taking it off to adjust it. This is not what you do. Just weave it on until you've formed a coil around the full length of wire that you want to use. After you've done that, you're going to take another 0.8mm wire and you're going to begin with this tail, wrap it around the wire, and you'll begin wrapping and creating a new coil using the coiled wire onto the 0.8mm, and in that way you'll form the spiral coil that we will use in this tutorial. As you go on, this is a very short demonstration, you'll form this coil. If you want to run a wire tangent to the coil, make sure that it's running in the same direction. You're going to attach it in the same way, and you'll start weaving it in the same direction as the second wire. As you can see, mine wasn't in the same direction, so I have to undo it, and that's how you make it. Now make it as long as you need it to be. You could do that by weaving a long coil and using it as you go so that you do not have to worry about your length. This is a finished wire. I've added the wire in between the coils just for the aesthetics. Now I'm going to take a ring mandrel or any round thing. Here I'm just tightening up the loops real quick with my chain nose pliers, making sure that they're nice and tight. Take your ring mandrel and just wrap the spiral around it, and where it meets, just twist the wire to hook it on a little bit. Not a deep twist, just enough to hook it. Then I'm running it through the ring mandrel to where it fits. Mine will go through the mandrel. You'll find that this thing is very flexible. And what I'm going to do now is loop one wire around the other, and the one that's not looped will be used to form the bail. So after I've made the coils, I'm cutting off the excess. You can use your chain nose pliers to neaten them out a little bit. This will be a difficult coil to make simply because the wires you're using as your base is the same, unless of course you're using a softer wire, but then the difficulty there will come in from getting the wire that you're using to form the loop to stay straight. Now you're going to take your round nose pliers, you're going to bend it down, and the same way we Here I'm just using my chain nose pliers to kind of hold it down. And the same way we make loops when we're using beads, we're going to do that here. Take it and we're going to keep our chain around nose pliers on and loop it around. Now we're going to grab our 20 gauge or 0.8 millimeter wire. I'm measuring 3 centimeters or just over an inch in length, and I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to make 2 of these, and I'm going to make a similar shape to the one I made in an earlier necklace on this tutorial. It's going to be a S-curl loop link type thing. It's the same I also made in a chain. I made a wire wrap chain earlier on. It's the same kind of loop and link, only a little bit bigger. And I'm going to form an S shape with closed ends, or as close as I can get them, and this will be used as a bow for the wreath. So now I'm just hammering them out. You don't have to do this part. Be careful, do not strike your finger. I usually strike my finger when I'm hammering out. When you're hammering wire, also kind of do an outwards motion. Don't go up and down. Kind of pull it away from the wire. Now you're going to close the links as much as you can, and after we've done that, we're going to try to see and arrange where we like our links best. I'm going to choose the top of this wreath, but you can choose to put them wherever you want to. So take your weaving wire and begin attaching them. I'm going to loop it through the link first. You'll find that this process is actually a little bit difficult. There's no way to do it correctly. Just loop and make a few coils around the link if you have to, but I would suggest one, otherwise it would be hard to place it without getting in the way. Place it on the wreath and begin weaving the wire in between the coils on the wreath so that it can be hidden. There's enough space for them. So you're going to have to be patient with this one. It will move around, it will not want to stick. You're just gonna have to be patient, weave around and try to hide the wire as much as you can. have it. Now you're going to attach the last link and bow, and once you're done with that, you're gonna just cut off the excess, and you're going to use your chain nose pliers to push anything in between the pliers down. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next week.